With Erika Kirk sharing her journey with America and the world, we are grateful at Fox to have her here to shine a light on healing as we all miss and mourn the loss of her beloved Charlie Kirk. Not all of her journey has been without, well, hate, conspiracies, and oddly, speculation about where her husband is buried. Now, for the first time, Erika, who's with me now, addresses all of it from the perspective of a grieving widow, a mom, and a battle-tested American. Good to see you again today. Talk to me about this part of the conspiracies that are out there, this disturbing part that people are trying to guess where Charlie is.
Can I have one thing?
Girl.
Can I have one thing? Can my children have one thing?
Thank you.
Everything was public. We will be building the most beautiful memorial for my husband at Turning Point USA, and it will be for the world to see, and it will be spectacular, and it will have basically museum style for our Charlie, for my Charlie. But can I have one thing? Can my babies have one thing where we hold it sacred, where my husband is laid to rest, where I don't have to be worried about some secular revolutionary coming and destroying my husband's grave while my daughter is sitting there praying?
Yes.
One thing. This is my husband. Yes, he was Charlie Kirk to the world, and I know so many people love my husband, and I am grateful for that. But this is my husband, and I want to be able to have one thing left that is sacred to our family, to my in-laws, to my babies, and to my parents. One thing.
Amen.
What are they taking from you right now?
Nothing. But I will tell you what they are doing. It reminds me so much of chapter 6 in the book of Nehemiah. He is building a wall, and the townspeople are at the base of that hill saying, Nehemiah, calling him all these names, saying all these things, come on down. Every single time he had the same message 4 times in a row. I cannot come down. I am busy building. That is how I feel. I do not have time to address the noise. My silence does not mean that I am complacent. My silence.
No, let me be clear on this. Erika Kirk, do not say Candace Owens' name. First of all, you might turn into a pillar of salt. Secondly, you'll be giving her content because now she'll feel like, oh, I guess I have to respond to this. But she won't face you face to face in Phoenix. So don't say her name and remind her that her existence here on earth in this reality means absolutely nothing to you, your children, your family, his parents, your parents, nothing. You all know Erika Kirk's mother has health conditions. She has a health disorder. The day that Charlie Kirk was shot, she was at the hospital at a doctor's appointment with her mother. Did y'all know that? Put a 1 in the chat if you knew that Erika Kirk's mother has a physical ailment. This girl was at the hospital with her mom at a doctor's appointment the day Charlie Kirk was shot. Her mother has a physical ailment. She lost her husband. She was made CEO of Turning Point USA. And she still got 2 kids that are under the age of 6, I think. Both of them are under the age of 6. And you can see her daughter's watching these videos. You can't shield the kids from the internet forever. Candace, you are a soulless miscreant from hell. And I'm saying it, heifer. You're not even thinking about the kids. She's got all these things to juggle. She literally has to help her mother, who has a physical ailment, plus not take care of these 2 kids by herself, run a company, and still grieve and mourn. Plus, do what she's doing. She's doing what CEOs do. She's doing what anyone else would do. Her husband wrote a book. She's doing a book tour. in memory of her husband. It happens. No one gets to tell her what to do at this point. No one gets to regulate her actions and where she goes and what she does, especially when you're not paying her mortgage. When you don't pay her bills and you don't have to take care of her kids, your input means nothing. It has no bearing on her life or her household. She is taking care of a mother that has a physical ailment. So that's already enough stress going on. And she's got to juggle all of that. And you get someone, Candace Owens, talking about everything fake and gay while she's getting photographed grabbing a woman's butt while she's pregnant, like an alien that she is. Saying any and everything she can, including the fact that she said, I do not care about this investigation. We know that, Candace. We just don't understand why you're trying to throw it. Let it be. If I don't care about something, I'm not even going to even think about it or talk about it. You think she would just leave it alone? Nope. Too much like right. She's got to deal with all this stuff. All she's saying is, can I just have this one thing? Can I have my husband? Can I grieve him more? Can you all go F off? Can't make this up. I know listen here. As a Christian, I have to repent and pray every night, primarily for the profanity. But this stuff like this makes you want to cuss. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm trying my best, and that's all I'm gonna do is promise that I'm gonna try my best. That's it. This is infuriating that these kids have to be affected this bad to where she's saying her daughter's praying, and the kids are still asking her when is daddy coming home. Candace doesn't have a soul. She doesn't care because she doesn't have to tell her kids that. She doesn't have to explain to her children why boys club is not coming home anymore. She won't even answer to the allegation from another whole grown man about George Farmer, allegedly essaying a whole grown man. She won't even say anything about that. Won't say anything about that, though.
This does not mean that somehow Turning Point USA and all of the handpicked staff that loved my husband and my husband loved them is somehow in on it. We are busy building. And you know what I thought? Yep. I thought these people are human. We're all grieving in our own way. And they are trying to find the answer to something that happened that was so evil. They are trying so hard. And I get that. We're doing the same. Anytime we hear a lead or anytime we hear anything, we send it to the authorities. Please dig into this. No rock will be unturned. I want justice for my husband, for myself, for my family, more than anyone else out there.
Of course.
So for me, you want to keep telling me to come down while we're building? I don't have time for that.
Nope.
But here's my breaking point on that. Come after me, call me names, I don't care. Call me what you want, go down that rabbit hole. Whatever. But when you go after my family, my Turning Point USA family, my Charlie Kirk Show family, when you go after the people that I love, and you're making hundreds and thousands of dollars every single episode, going.
Oh, Candace, you heifer. This is for you, Candace. See, here's how you do this, where you don't recognize her existence on earth, but you still call her ass out. This is how it's done, people. I don't really care. I'm going to be honest. I personally don't care if she says her by her name. I don't. Because that's acknowledging that Candace exists in her mind. She doesn't have to. I want her to continue to carry on and treat Candace like the nothing that she is. Yep. Don't even say her name. I don't even have to recognize your presence, girl. That's how it should be. Woo, child. I got to go back. Oh, we got to go back. Girl. She is going in.
Well, we're building. I don't have time for that. But here's my breaking point on that.
Go ahead.
Come after me. Call me names. I don't care.
Uh-huh.
Call me what you want.
Uh-huh.
Go down that rabbit hole. Whatever.
Yep. Uh-huh.
But when you go after my family, my Turning Point USA family, my Charlie Kirk Show family, when you go after the people that I love, and you're making hundreds and thousands of dollars every single episode.
Say it, girl.
Going after the people that I love because somehow they're in on this. No.
Get them.
You know, I have to say it. I've never seen you like this.
No, this is righteous anger because this is not.
Girl, that's okay. I'll be a honey. Listen here. I'm going to say a whole lot you don't want to say. Candace Owens can kick rocks and kiss her ass. Yeah. Girl, you can call it whatever you want. You got the right to feel it. Even if it just comes down to my kids have to watch this stuff on TV and I'm sick of it. If my daughter come to me talking about mommy, why is this lady talking about my daddy in Asia? I'm going to F off on her. Honey, she could have said that and I would have been just as happy. You can't make this up. Oh, well done. Well done, masterclass. I see you all putting that in the chat. Drop masterclass in the chat. Masterclass. 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 See, Candace, I said it 3 times. One for the Father, one for the Son, and one for the Holy Ghost. You can't make this up. I'm sitting here like this girl, man. Candace doesn't even care about the kids and the effects that it's having on her children. You going after her, Candace, you coward. Don't go after them kids, because then you're going to have everybody coming after you, girl. People going to be hammering it in on the videos if you start going after these children. You put their lives in danger. You really going to catch it from the internet. You could be the soulless miscreant from hell and the Grinch right now. Go after them kids if you want to. You keep putting their lives and their safety in danger. Yeah, that's going to be the end of that. You ain't going to have no show. Everybody going to be suing the hell out of her. You can't make this up. Oh, man. Erika, you don't even have to justify this, girl. We got to go back. I got to hear this again.
Come after me. Call me names. I don't care. Call me what you want.
Come on.
Go down that rabbit hole. Whatever. But when you go after my family, my Turning Point USA family, my Charlie Kirk Show family, when you go after the people that I love, and you're making hundreds and thousands of dollars every single episode going after the people that I love because somehow they're in on this. No.
You know, I have to say it. I've never seen you like this.
No, this is righteous anger because this is not okay. It's not healthy. This is a mind virus. Yes, I believe in our judicial system. I do. Yep. We have a hell of a team working on this. Excuse my French. But this is not okay.
So you want to put these people back in the box where they've been creeping from?
I don't care what box you're in. But just know that your words are very powerful. And
shout out to Jay Witt, my brother in Christ. Jay Witt. How you doing, honey? Oh, thank you for the membership renewal. Member for 7 months, you all. Jay Witt, my brother in Christ. Grace and Peace LLC fam. Let's go, Erika. You hear me over here hollering and doing a standing ovation. If y'all only knew. I'm doing a standing ovation. Oh, man. Boy, the cult members hate my guts and Erika's too. You can't make this up. Masterclass. Do you hear me? Ciao. Jay Witt dropping a $5 super. Keep it up. Dropping a $50 super when you hit 50,000 subs, Jay Witt. Don't tease me. Y'all, come on, hit that sub and hit them likes. That's really pissed off the candy ass cult members because they still saying I'm being paid by somebody in Israel. Benjamin Netanyahu, where's my check? You know, they know they don't bother me. Where's my check, Benjamin Netanyahu? I'm waiting. You owe me $21,000 from yesterday. We're coming up on the hours, another $7,000. So he owes me $28,000 right now. When am I getting the money? Why the candy ass cult members won't pressure Israel to pay me my money? Give me my money. I want my money. You can't make this up. It's about who's paying you. I don't know. Why don't you tell me that and then tell them to pay me the actual money? Is it coming Cash App or Zelle? How am I going to get it? You can't make this up. You want me to get paid? Fine. Tell them to send me the money. Then you can find out how I got paid. I'll post up that receipt. You can't make this up. Child boo. That does not scare me. That just don't work over here. Oh, you getting paid $7,000 from somebody's APAC. I have yet to see this money. I would love to see that money. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? When am I getting this money? Because, you know, a large amount like that would probably take a couple days to clear with the bank. So whenever they're going to send it, tell them to hurry up and speed it up. They can wire it to me. Can't do this. You can't make this up. All right, let's get back to it. Them candy ass cult members. I told you all. Candy ass cult members. I don't care how you feel. I really don't. Especially if you're a bot. You have no soul or consciousness either way. You just copy and pasting the same comment over and over again. You're still not being creative. So why don't you tell this APAC and Israel and whomever else is supposed to be sending me this money to go ahead and drop that Cash App, send me a Zelle, drop a super, a bunch of them. And then, you know, then you can see how they're being, you know, how I'm being paid. These coming from these cult members that won't drop a super themselves. So they won't give me any money, but they sit here saying that I'm getting money from somebody. Okay. Well, Lord, let that happen. Let the rainfall come down.
And we are human. My team are not machines and they're not robots. They are human. We have more death threats on our team and our side than I have ever seen. I have kidnapping threats. I have, you name it, we have it. And my poor team is exhausted. And every time they bring this back up, what are we supposed to do? Relive that?
Wait a minute.
Where they've been creeping from.
Kidnapping threats.
I don't care what box you're in. But just know that your words are very powerful and we are human. My team are not machines and they're not robots. They are human.
I hope y'all heard that, candy ass cult members. We know half of you are bots and you don't give a damn. That's why we don't care how you feel. They have no consciousness. They don't have feelings. Why should we care? But this is what people get tired of. She's not here to live her life at the behest of Candace Owens. She's not here for Candace Owens' gratification or for Candace to be happy at anything. She won't even say her name, and I hope she keeps it that way. Don't say her name. Don't validate her existence. We'll do that here. You know, the rest of us will do it. While the cult members still keep talking about, I'm going to get this financial windfall in my life. Like I would shun that away. That's not a bad thing to me. You teach, child, please. Who are you talking to? But we'll say it. We'll do it. Erika Kirk, you don't have to say her name because she wants you to do it. Don't give her that. Just hold on, girl. When she gets sued, she's gonna be too exhausted, losing hundreds of millions of dollars. She's not gonna have time to even talk about you like that. Because at some point, you know, the candy ass cult members, they're gonna want the next best thrill. For them, this is a show. This is sensationalism. They're not gonna care. Whatever else she talks about, they'll go with it. They'll change topics just like she will. After a while, they get bored of this because that's what bots and cult members do. They go for whatever the flavor is or whatever's trending, you know, because views, likes, clicks, and money. You know, Candace has to maintain this so-called fictitious #1 status on her podcast. So when you've gone this low to get to that point, and you've stepped on the backs of everyone and burnt all these bridges, I mean, your next best thing to do is to keep burning down bridges. Now you're burning down buildings. Now you're just scorching the earth. She's going to have to go scorch earth mode. That means Candace Owens will not have a stopping point until someone puts a barrier down for her to crash land. She's going to have to be forced to stop. And it can be done with the law. Erika Kirk could sue her because she definitely would have enough evidence to do it. You know, posting up her husband's medical information from that hospital. No one needed to see that. Yeah, that was a clear violation of CMIA. She obtained it illegally. We went over that. I actually had a back and forth with somebody on Twitter X about this because they don't want to read laws. I don't expect her cult members to read. They're going to believe everything Candace Owens says. They take whatever she say as fact, as truth, as this, because, words they don't want to define. But it won't matter in the court of law because nothing that Candace Owens is saying is factually based on any evidence. And that is where she will lose. That is her Achilles heel. Sicking the law on Candace Owens is the best way to stop her. And you still won't have to say her name, Erika Kirk. If you were to sue Candace right now, you would not even have to say her name. And you can sue her in court and force her to go under oath, get her deposed, and then make her say all the stuff she's been saying under the penalty of perjury. And let's see how that goes. I'm all for it. I'm here for it.
We have more death threats on our team and our side than I have ever seen. I have kidnapping threats. I have, you name it, we have it.
Kidnapping
and my
threats.
poor team is exhausted. And every time they bring this back up, what are we supposed to do? Relive that trauma?
Why would anybody want to kidnap her? Why the cult members? Because I believe it. One of them came up in here the other day, 2 days ago, saying, either way, you're going to pay one way or the other. There's a price to pay. I made him try to spell it out. No, speak plain. How am I going to pay the price? Because I have yet to get this $7,000. So what the hell do you mean? They're making threats to everybody. So I believe what she's saying. They're making threats to content creators. Bots don't bully nothing. You run nothing here. What are you talking about? But she's getting kidnapping threats. Do you understand how ridiculous that is? You have to be sadistic to sit here and to send a threat to kidnap someone. She's already had death threats. That's why she's under a protection order. Candace, you aren't. The courts don't care about you. You're nobody. Erika Kirk and her kids are already under a protection order from a court of law. For this very reason. And she's getting not just death threats, but kidnapping threats. So, I mean, the only reason why somebody would want to kidnap somebody like her is to hold her for ransom. And you want to talk about somebody paying me $7,000? When you got sick, sadistic people out here threatening to kidnap her, either for their sadistic, sick mindset or for money. Because why else would you want to do that? You can't make this up. These are the type of threats she's dealing with. Plus, she's got to take care of her mom and 2 kids. That's some evil stuff. Candace, you're soulless.
All over again? They watched my husband get murdered. I have no idea how I would have reacted if I was there that day.
I gotta go back.
Okay.
This is so crazy.
So you want to put these people back in the box where they've been creeping from?
I don't care what box you're in.
They
But
can fall
just
off the
know
earth.
that your words are very powerful, and we are human. My team are not machines, and they're not robots. They are human. We have more death threats on our team and our side than I have ever seen. I have kidnapping threats. I have, you name it, we have it. And my poor team is exhausted. And every time they bring this back up, what are we supposed to do? Relive that trauma all over again? They watched my husband get murdered. I have no idea how I would have reacted if I was there that day. And thank the good Lord that I did not have to see that happen. But my team, they are rocked to the core. So why every single day do they have to be dragged through the mud, analyzed, hyper-analyzed?
You know, the conspiracies that are out there, all of the like.
And here's the thing. First of all, to the mods, yes, the candy ass cult members and the bots, they copy and paste the same comments. They say dumb things and then they say we're leaving and then they don't leave. Because they don't. I can tell. Because they're not that smart. I can tell when they leave and come back. So they don't really leave. So don't worry about them announcing them leaving and all that, because that doesn't hurt. I told you I don't care how they feel. I don't give 2 shits how they feel. Not at all. And I find it to be laughable and comical because they really don't leave. They just come back and they sit here and try to go back and forth with the banter when I never care about how they feel in the first place. But this right here, this is what causes people right here. This is what leads to lawsuits. The fact that when you start making these statements that you can't prove, Candace, you have no evidence to support, and then it brings along, not only is it defamatory, there's a malicious intent. And that is furthered by the fact that she's getting death threats and threats to be kidnapped. And then you're talking about tortious interference, where you're telling people to get refunds. You're outing donors because they're donating. You're hindering their ability to bring in revenue because it's a nonprofit organization. They're not supposed to be doing major business for profit. They do have the opportunity to sell merch, just like a content creator, like Candace does, where she's violating federal laws to use the likeness and image of a CIA logo without consent from the CIA. Yeah, that is illegal. That's a whole federal law with a penal code she's violating. They could sue her for that. The CIA needs to stop playing around with her with that. The FBI needs to stop playing around with Candace. Kash Patel needs to grow a damn spine. Candace, you're impersonating an investigator. You're not licensed. You're not certified. You're not a member of law enforcement. You're not a commissioned police officer. You don't have the authority or the standing to look at any evidence related to a federal investigation. And then you claim that somehow someone is after you to try to assassinate you, but you only send a text message to some supposed high-ranking FBI agent, to which you won't even post that message, by the way. But you can sit here and post a text message that was supposed to be confidential amongst the group chat. And then you refuse to file a formal FBI complaint so that you can make those statements under the penalty of perjury. You won't even do that because you're a coward. But if you really meant what you said about these so-called allegations being real, why wouldn't you file a complaint online? There's no email. It is a website where you go online and file a formal complaint, not an email. And the FBI should not be giving Candace Owens any preferential treatment. Just like any other American, she should be told to file a formal complaint online. All of a sudden, she wants a government agency to show her preferential treatment for what? Any other person would have to file a formal complaint online, would have to email and call them to follow up to see what's going on. She wants them to prove to her that her allegation is authentic. No. You said someone from France called you about a payment to a club, and there's a paper trail. Why don't you post it? Why didn't you ask for it? Why didn't you ask for emails of those transactions? I say this over and over again because that's the most simple evidence that Candace the simpleton could post up, and she won't do it. The FBI text message she sent out to some high-ranking official. Simple evidence she could post up. She won't post it. And Erika Kirk now has to sit here and defend why she should exist on earth and live in peace. Why she should not be kidnapped. Why she deserves to live. She's already under a protection order. And Candace puts this stuff out here with impunity. It doesn't care. And if you don't understand what impunity means, to the Candy Ass Cult members, because I know you guys don't read, you might want to look up the definition of the word impunity. Candace thinks she's above the rule of law. You have idiots trying to defend her on Twitter about her posting up medical information she was not entitled to post up. She should have had consent from Erika Kirk. She didn't get it. And she wouldn't be able to post up evidence that Erika Kirk consented to her posting up Charlie Kirk's ER visit to the hospital, where you can clearly see it was patient information. sent to her illegally in violation of a HIPAA privacy law, federal laws. She does not get to disseminate that information without consent. She could be held liable for that. I don't say this to warn Candace of anything. I say this hoping that Erika Kirk knows this is just yet another piece of evidence you can use against her in a court of law. CMIA is a real violation. Whether the patient is alive or deceased, they still have the right to privacy. Period. And no one needed to see that he went to this hospital through the ER. That's duh. I believe he went to a hospital. An autopsy was done. That's it. I don't need to see a screenshot of an ER visit. That told us nothing. All it did was confirm he went to a hospital. We already know that. Only the idiots out here that are believing he's not dead are the ones, I guess, need to see something like that. And even with that, they still don't believe it. Because look what they're saying now. I don't even believe he's dead. What about your cult leader posting up that EMR visit, that ER visit from the EMR system from that hospital? Well, you clearly see he went to the ER. So that doesn't exist in their minds. See, nothing that you say and do for them is good enough because they're morons that don't read. They're cult leaders, they're cult followers, and they're bots without a soul or conscience. So even with unlawful hospital data posted up by Candace Owens without consent, they still don't believe he's even dead now. Even though she posted up that information without consent and can be held liable for it. Y'all understand how these dumb conspiracy theories are just getting stupid about it? It's stupid. So it's whatever she tells them is what they go on. They won't even say, hey, you remember you posted up this ER visit from that hospital, though. You know, that screenshot of that EMR that somebody at the hospital sent to you, violating HIPAA privacy laws to do it because they didn't have consent either. They should have been fired and charged, but you posted that up. So that's evidence that he went to a hospital. So why are you talking about anything along the lines of he's not dead or he's not here? What? This is the conspiracies is coming out. To the candy ass cult members, did your cult leader tell you all that he's not dead in the ground after she posted up this information from a hospital staff? Now all of a sudden he's not dead in the ground. This is one of their conspiracies because you can't make this up. This is from the beginning here. Address the perspective, agree with him, Mom. Conspiracy out, the disturbing part, people are trying to guess where Charlie is. Why? It's my channel. I get to play this how long I want.
One thing.
That are out there, this disturbing part that people are trying to guess where Charlie is.
Why? Didn't your cult leader tell you that he went to the hospital and that's where he died? Didn't Candace Owens post up that hospital information without consent? She posted that up. It showed that he was clearly checked into an ER at a hospital and he died there. Now, all of a sudden, you're trying to guess where he is? All because she wasn't invited to the funeral. Candace, no one owed you an invite. You weren't that important then, and you're not that important now. And in Erika Kirk's world, you don't exist, girl. See, I get to slice this in half the way I want to. Because look what Erika Kirk is saying. She's getting death threats and threats to be kidnapped. So no, I don't give a crap how Candace Owens feels or her cult members.
That, but here's my breaking point on that. Come after me, call me names, I don't care. Call me what you want, go down that rabbit hole, whatever. But when you go after my family, my Turning Point USA family, my Charlie Kirk Show family, when you go after the people that I love, And you're making
Good grief.
hundreds and thousands of dollars
Ooh, child.
every single episode going after the people that I love because somehow they're in on this. No.
You know, I have to say it. I've never seen you like this.
No, this is righteous anger because this is not okay. It's not healthy. This is a mind virus. Yes, I believe in our judicial system. I do. We have a hell of a team working on this. Excuse my French. But this is not okay.
Girl, it's okay to say hell of a team. You all right, honey?
So you want to put these people back in the box where they've been creeping from?
No. They've already been out of a box. She don't care if they crawl from hell. She just want them to leave her alone and her kids. Most of them are bots either way. Most of them are bots. They copy and paste. There's no way a human being is copying and pasting the same comment on every video. And I mean, I have live streams back to back where various profiles come through here saying the same shit. Back to back. They're not even being creative with their comments. It's like no one is telling the bots, can you step it up a little bit? Why do you have to repeat the same old thing? And not just in my videos, of course, everybody's videos that sit here and say anything that I guess they feel should not be said because they're pushing this propaganda and this narrative from Candace Owens, you know, because that's their cult leader. They worship the ground she walks on. That's their Lord and Savior. I just don't understand why she won't move to South America. Take the cult with her. And then they can all be happy in South America somewhere. Or Antarctica. Pick another continent, Candace. You know, because Africa is a continent, not a country. Pick another continent and go there and take all your cult members with you. And then you can be adored and worshipped all day. And no one will stop you in your country, in your own land, in your own Candiceville, Candyland. Just like Jim Jones Town, the people sound, go on. No one stop you. And then you can just go full-blown cult mode. You can tell these people when they should eat, sleep, when to get up, when to pee-pee, take a poop. Tell them that you got to dictate every little step of their lives. Go do that in another continent. Bye. She said she wanted to go to Russia. We're all waiting for you to get your passport to go to Russia, Candace.
I don't care what box you're in.
Okay.
But just know that your words are very powerful and we are human. My team are not machines and they're not robots. They are human. We have more death threats on our team and our side than I have ever seen. I have kidnapping threats. I have, you name it, we have it. And my poor team is exhausted. And every time they bring this back up, what are we supposed to do? Relive that trauma all over again? They watched my husband get murdered. I have no idea how I would have reacted if I was there that day. And thank the good Lord that I did not have to see that happen. But my team, they are rocked to the core. So why every single day do they have to be dragged through the mud, analyzed, hyper-analyzed?
You know,
the
conspiracies that are out there, all of the like. Do you think that there is more of it now because you do shine your light? I mean, did people just expect you would just go away?
I don't know what they expected.
They pick on you because of your accessories. I mean,
honestly, I don't care what Candace Owens and the candy ass cult members think. Who cares what they think? Who cares what they expected? What they're doing is damaging. What she's doing is damaging because she's the one saying all this nonsense. She doesn't ever say anything to stop her cult members from sending out threats to people. She has not spoken out about Nicholas Ray's actions or the other person who was arrested for sending out death threats and showing up at somebody's house, caught on camera. That's now in jail as well. She don't say anything to her cult members or her subscribers and her book club members about not going on people's videos and leaving comments, sending death threats to them. Or even threats saying that they're going to pay the price one way or the other. She doesn't address stuff like that. She has no integrity. This is a show for Candace Amber Owens Farmer. This is about clicks, likes, views, and money. Why else would the bots feel like they got to generate comments where they confirming that every time they say, oh, she makes hundreds of millions of thousands of dollars. She's rich. She's got over 100,000 people in her live streams. If most of them are bots, who gives a damn? And the real human beings that believe everything she says obviously are illiterate. I mean, I get to say that because they refuse to read. So until they prove they're reading, I can say they're illiterate. That's my synopsis. That's my synopsis on that. That's it. They're illiterate. They don't want to read evidence. They don't want to ask her or demand of her to post evidence. The ones that are content creators like this Tatum character, he's a coward. Grown-ass man bending to the will of a woman that does not live in his household, does not pay his bills. That's not his wife. Friends don't let friends sit here and lie like hell like that, where it's causing people to catch death threats and threats to be kidnapped. And he claims to be an officer of what? It's certainly not the law. Because the officer of the law understands the nature of having evidence. What the hell has he been doing? But this is what these cowards are doing. And they know the moment they say something she doesn't like, her cult members are going to go after them. Do you think she stops these people? You think she's going to get in a show and say, can you all not go on everybody's videos, leaving death threats and trying to defend me? Stop doing that. It's making me look bad. It's making me look like I'm telling you all to do this or directing or guiding you all to do this. Candace, you could be held just as liable as these people that are being locked up for these death threats because they're under your influence. You understand what a co-conspirator is? You could be held just as liable. And if that's what you want, despite you having 4 kids and, boys club, who obviously doesn't do anything with the kids because he can't even let you go to Phoenix to face Erika Kirk face to face. So despite all of that, then you don't care. But when these people start going to realizing they're facing some hard time in jail, they're going to start saying, I've been watching a lot of Candace Owens, and it's because of her that I felt compelled to send these death threats out, and I was influenced by her. So that's why I did it, because I believed everything she said. She was making it seem like these people were evil and blah, blah, blah. And after a while, they're not going to be able to look away. And they need to go collect her ass every time they go collect one of these thunkheads out here, these sadistic ass cult members showing up in people's houses, doxing people, all that cybercrime happening, the bullying, the harassment, the defamation, the doxing. Those things are illegal. Candace impersonating an investigator, that's illegal. That's a felony. Kosh Patel needs to grow a spine and cut the shit and actually look into that. If you want to look at anything, her and these so-called mommy sleuths impersonating FBI and CIA agents and doxing people. You can't make this up.
I've seen some of it.
Oh, yeah. No, at this point, it's what the conspiracy collection.
Listen, Eric, send me an email.
Get it before Christmas. Like, seriously. Wow. You will, if you want to find and pick me apart, go right ahead. I do not care. I don't. This was happening before Charlie was murdered. Both of us have been through the ringer of people will call you whatever they want to call you. They will. But I have seen it firsthand impact the people that I love, and I'm done. I'm done. And if people think that I was just going to wilt away, I'm not going to sit in a corner and cry and be in fetal position. This is a duty to my husband, and it's an absolute honor, and I will never back down. And so my message to them is to stop. To stop.
And that's what we will say here on Outnumbered 2. God bless you. Hold up your book.
Stop in the name of God.
Amen.